Hello, my name is HCMC Rider, Ho Chi Minh City Rider. Welcome to some new videos, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. I decided to do this because I've kind of wanted to do something different, and I figured this would be a good way to I don't know, put a little bit of creativity into my life. I do have other things that I do, but I just noticed there was a guy with the bike attached to a motorbike. But I do have other things that I do for fun or to have as a hobby. I do make shirts. I don't know. I figured making YouTube videos, kind of showing people how to ride a motorbike, what traffic is like here in Vietnam, what life is like in Vietnam, as someone that has moved here from the Western world, America specifically. And so I just kind of want to share that experience and kind of help those that kind of want to experience that or do that for themselves. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now, I guess. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, so we'll see. As far as right now, this is probably going to be one of the very first videos I'll ever put out. So I'm very green to the whole making videos, talking about myself. I'm not one of those people that likes to talk about myself much. I rarely use social media. I'm not a Facebook fan. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have a Facebook or a Instagram. Like, I've never been keen on social media. So doing this is a little different. But I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. And you're about to see a nuance. Maybe not. I want to stop. Okay, I hear you. So what a lot of Vietnamese people will do is red lights don't matter here. You'll have a red light and they'll just go through. At least on this intersection you can, because when the light is red, the traffic over here is stopped, but you have the big trucks and the big cars that will go. And so you can technically just go on your motorbike, and as long as you pay attention to your left. Is that a ceiling fan? Looks like a ceiling fan. Anyway, as long as you just kind of go and be careful for the traffic on your left, you'll be fine. So why did I move to Vietnam? Well, short and simple answer, I don't like America anymore. I just didn't enjoy living in America anymore. Something about it. It's gotten to the point now where, like, I saw America start going downhill probably 2016-ish, right around the time that Trump was elected. Like, just that was the crucial moment in my mind. Like, wow, this country is has definitely gone down. And you could see the ship sinking. And so I decided to basically just jump ship. And I had the opportunity to move to Vietnam. So my parents divorced when I was younger, and my dad just happened to marry a Vietnamese lady, I forget how long ago, 15 years ago, something like that. I'm in my early 30s now, so back when I was maybe around 20, he married her. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was somewhere around there. But they've been together for a long time. He always used to come to Vietnam, but I never really thought about leaving the country. I always thought about I would stay in America or move to the East Coast, which I did do at one point for a few years, which just made my life even worse. And I'll get into that at some point. But I always just found America as a degrading country. It just wasn't getting better. It was just always seemed to be getting worse, at least from my perspective. So when my dad offered me to come to Vietnam for a trip back in 2017, I took it. He paid for the travel, he paid for the tickets. I brought some money to like spend here, but otherwise I've never been outside the country. And coming to Vietnam, we traveled Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand for about 6 weeks. It was all of December 2017 and like the first half of January 2016. And so during the travels, I fell in love with the Asian culture, the Asian people, the weather, everything here. And I realized that I was much happier here than I was in America. That's a nice car. And so I decided when I got back that I was just gonna basically try my original career, see how it goes. And I'm not gonna talk about my original career right now. But unfortunately that never turned out. And so I had a plan B of sell all my stuff, which I did have quite a lot. Sell all my stuff in America, get rid of all of my debt from school, from other things, which I did, minus the school that I still have to pay on. But I basically sold everything and just moved to Vietnam with about, I think it was about 8,000, maybe 9,000 US dollars. Now luckily I didn't have to bring it here and like exchange it here in Vietnam, since my dad's wife is Vietnamese. She had her own business and stuff here in Vietnam, and so I was able to give them Harley Davidson. I was able to give them the money in America, and then they gave me the equivalent here in Vietnam, which was at the time, I think it was about 190 million, something like that. I forget exactly how much it was. Maybe it was somewhere in between there, I think. I forget. But that was 4 years ago. The end of February 2019. I think I arrived on February 18th. But I moved here just because I loved everything about it. I was an avid motorcyclist in America, and so coming to Vietnam, this is like the head of all two-wheeled motorbike transit. I mean, look at what's in front of me here. There's just motorbikes for years in front of me. And so I see you, and this is something people do all the time. They'll just sneak in. And so I just moved. That was it. Just kind of, I don't know. just decided I didn't want to live in America anymore and came here. And originally my plan was to come here for about 3 to 5 years, learn the language, become fluent, which I am learning the language. I'm actually going to a Vietnamese class right now. But basically just learn the language. Learn the language, and then go back to America and pursue my original career again. Because if I was bilingual, you'd have a better chance of having like a higher pay and other stuff. And if you can't quite catch on to what my original career was in America, I wanted to be a police officer or something that worked in law enforcement. I wanted to do police, become a motorcycle cop, go into homicide detective, and then become like a college professor later in life. I gotta turn right here. That was my 20, 30, 40 year goal plan type thing, was those key steps. And so I came here with the intention of basically leaving, going back home before I turned 35. Because I figured right around the early 30s would be a good time to kind of do that. You're more mature, you tend to handle things a lot easier now that you're out of your 20s. You don't have that like stupid mentality that you have in your 20s. And so that was my plan coming to Vietnam. And then the whole police debacle happened in America. COVID happened. A lot of things occurred, and it made me realize Vietnam is just a better country, at least from my point of view. Vietnam is a better country than America. And again, this is coming from my point of view as a male 33-year-old, currently 33, white person. And so yes, there is that whole white privilege type thing, but being in Vietnam, it just feels, I feel more comfortable here. I feel more confidence here. I feel like I can do more here than I could in America. And a lot of that has to do with the cost of living. I am an English teacher here, so there is that. And with that, you make a good amount of money. I'll just put it that way. I make more money here than I was in America while I was in America. Of course, I am working a lot here in Vietnam, but the cost of living is so low that it feels like you're making more, because I make a lot of money, but I only have to spend a little bit. And so with that like cost of living and pay, with the big gap that's there, I'm able to save a lot. I'm able to do what I want. I just feel better here, personally. And I feel like a lot of people, when they do come to Vietnam, have that same experience. And so yeah, that's kind of why I came here, is because I did come here 4 or 5 years ago. I experienced all of Asian culture, and I just loved it. They have 2 XRs over there, and I want to buy one. So yeah, that's kind of just why I'm here. There are some drawbacks to being in Vietnam. Yes, you have government stuff. What country doesn't? The police here are not the greatest. Some of them are pretty good, but there is some bribery and other stuff going on. It's very hush-hush. For some people, they don't like the weather. A lot of Vietnamese people don't like the heat here in Vietnam, or at least in Ho Chi Minh City where I'm at now. And so they would rather move somewhere colder, but I love the heat. The heat doesn't bother me at all, so I love it here. The food is so much better here than in America. So in America you have a lot of preservatives, a lot of salt, a lot of sugar. Just, it's really, really bad. But here, everything is made basically fresh. Everything gets bought at the market, made immediately that day or the next day, but it's never anything too bad. Sometimes you can come across some stuff you're like, that doesn't look good. But most of the time, everything's just so much healthier here. Less salt, less sugar, no preservatives. It's just a lot less packaged things, at least depending on where you eat. Hell, even McDonald's and Burger King taste better here. I don't know why, but it does. And so it's the little things, the little nuances that you find living in a country like this, where everything in America is so capitalized and so like profit driven, that I just found it hard to fathom living there anymore. So I left. That's basically how that goes. Yeah, here's the boardwalk. The new I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but there's the new bridge that came in a few months ago. Super fancy bridge. This is District 1 area. Eventually I will do a breakdown of like I'll do a breakdown of every district. So we'll go through every district, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, District 7, 8, 9, 10, I think there's a District 6. I know there's a district, is there a District 11? I don't remember if there's a, yeah there is, I think. I know there's a District 12, but I definitely know there's nothing above 12 as far as I know. And then you have a few named districts. You have Bintan, Go Vap, Phu Nhân, Binh Chanh, but that's more of like a, it's kind of like a district, but it's not really. You have Nha Be. I think those are the only ones that I know of. I don't know if there's anything else. But that's what I'll do right now, or not right now, but that's what I'll do in the future. I will eventually just kind of ride through each district, talk about them, show you what it's like, show you what it's all about. But like I said, this is one of my very first videos, so I'm very green to this. We'll see how these turn out. I'm a very busy person, so I'm going to try and do these with very little editing. A lot of these are going to be like one-oneers. Not very many cuts, if any. The only time I will cut and like cut things out is if I'm being dumb and I'm saying just random stuff that makes zero sense. But otherwise, you're going to basically see Vietnam in its true nature. I'm not gonna try and glorify it. I'm not gonna try and make it look pretty and try and show you the best and make it like a tourism video. No, I am gonna try and show you the raw aspect of Vietnam through my eyes, through how I see it and how I live it. Each person is different. I also might in the future go to different factories, different warehouses with people and kind of do a how it's made in Vietnam type thing. And so you can see the processes of how things are done. For example, I might go to Bến Tre and then head up and do a I might go and show you how coconut candy is made, or I might go to different provinces and show you how different things are made within the province, or how stuff is done in Vietnam, because not many people know, and it's very interesting to show. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do at some point in the future. That's Landmark 81 over there, the really big building. It's actually the biggest building in Southeast Asia, I think. I think it's the biggest building. I forget how high it is. I think it's 300 and no. Is it 300 or 500? I think it's 370 meters, 350, something like that. I forgot how high it is. They call it Landmark 82. That's all I know. I've never been in it. I've been around it, but I've never been to it. But I'll show you that when I do my my little tour. Okay, now we can go. Alright, well, I'm about to head over to my Vietnamese class. Thank you for listening, watching, I don't know. Doggy! Run, run, run. Well, take care. Have yourselves a good day, good night, wherever you are. And I will see you in the future, in my next video. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, take care, enjoy, peace.